What's up, P-Pod? It's your boy, Shaun P., the leader and general of the illest team known to man, the Purefoys, a.k.a. your family's favorite family. And it's Wednesday, so you already know. It's everybody's favorite day of the week because you get to kick it with your faves. And no, we're not talking about Ariana or Raylan or Buddy or any of those fine people. But we're talking about being live with Shaun and Key. And today, as we are sharing, of course, on our devices, we are talking about why moms are important. Because, you know, we have Mother's Day coming up really soon, on Sunday to be exact. And we just want to, I wanted to talk about the importance of moms in the family because this is where it all stored from. So, you know, we're gonna allow people to get into the chat and say what's up. Definitely show us some love and tell us where you're from, where you're tuning in from, and if you have any questions, definitely hit us up and let us know what is going on. But before we get into like our whole spiel, I guess, we want to give you guys an update as to what's going on in the house. So you all know that since we've moved into this place, we've really been wanting to have the renovations done to our home. And we finally got it going. So I don't know if you can see in this like corner here, like this little cardboard walkway thing. They are doing some construction on our master bathroom, and yeah, they put that up there so that they don't mess up the floors. And so far they've done the deck, and
the electric panel.
They've done the electric panel. They've put up some pipes for our dishwasher.
And the gas.
And our gas stove. They've demoed our bathroom. So we don't have a bathroom in our room anymore. Yeah. We have to share with the common folk. It's like we've been sharing with them, which is not always the best policy because kids are just gross, especially boys. And we have to just endure that hardship. So y'all pray for us.
Yes.
But things are underway, and I'm just really excited about that.
Me too.
Xavier's got some acting stuff coming along, and we're slowly but surely starting to get our legs back in the old YouTube game. We got down for a little bit, but we're going to stay the course. It's kind of like that around this time last year. We were getting reacquainted and, you know, getting back in the grind of YouTube. But we're here. We're back now. Sorry we missed you guys last week, but we just needed a little break. So we're back today. Key's low energy today. I'm not sure why. Not sure why she's low energy. But we're going to talk about moms today. We're going to talk about your mama today and why moms are important. So that was the update. But the reason why this came up is because I guess both parents are extremely important in the household. I don't think you can do this the right way. I think that you can't do this the right way without both in the family. Do you agree with that?
Do what the right way?
Parenting.
It can be done.
But the right way? Do you think that it can be done like to the best of its like possibilities, but just being a single parent?
There are successful single parents out there with great successful children.
And how do we measure success? And what do you mean by what do we mean by success? And give me an example if you can.
I guess I don't know. They set goals. They reach their goals. They, you know, that's good because everybody measures success differently. So for
Okay.
me, it would be, you know, hopefully my kids stay saved and, like hopefully they continue to go to church when they get out of our house and hopefully they graduate college and have good jobs or even if they don't graduate college, they have good businesses or, so but it can be done. Like I don't understand what can't be done.
Well, and what I say, I'm not saying that it can't. You can definitely raise a kid. Shout outs to all the single moms out there. I'm not saying that you can't raise a kid by yourself, but I think that there is something lacks when you try to do it by yourself, and it's not just single moms; it's single dads too. There's a certain perspective, and there's a certain like sound, there's a certain feeling that you get from both sides of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's God forbid, and this is not going to happen. Like, what if you pass away and I became a single dad? How on earth am I going to talk to? How am I going to be the mom figure for Raylan and Ariana? What I can only give them what I think um, a woman would do, or I can
Mm-hmm.
only give them my advice for a woman from the lens of a man
Mm-hmm.
who's been with women. And sometimes, depending on the type of women that a man has been with, and who he's grown up with, that
The lens
can
might not be too good.
the lens might be all over the
Yeah.
place. So, that's why I think that, not that it can't be done, but I think that, we miss some things when we don't have both in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the reason why this came up was because yesterday I was driving my car to work and I'm making a left hand turn onto Martin Luther King Boulevard in Newark. And the light that was a little ways down the street hadn't turned green yet. So I'm kind of like in the middle of the crossroad. The traffic's a little backed up because school buses or whatever are going and traffic is just moving slow. So I'm behind this truck. It's nothing out of the normal. It happens all the time. But I go to check my phone to make sure that my principal didn't text me, and also went to check to see the real time because my car clock is 10 minutes fast. And so I look down for a hot second. I look back up, and this SUV is backing up while I'm parked, and she straight cracks into my front bumper. And so I had to deal with that nonsense. She puts a dent in my front bumper, and we pull over to the side to exchange information. And the first thing, because I think she was taking her kids to school, and the first thing so she let the kids out because they weren't too far away from the school, and the first thing these kids said was, "Oh, well, at least it's just his car that's messed up, and ain't nothing happened to our car." And like that threw me, and I had to deal with the nonsense. Um, and then I had to deal with the nonsense that was this woman basically showing me why her kids would say something like that. Because instead of these kids, like being like, "Oh, dag, man, that's messed up that happened," and so on and so forth, they began to just like totally dismiss how I would have felt at all, and just we're glad that nothing happened to them. While I get it, um, you know, they don't know me and whatever, but like that lack of compassion usually
Yeah.
comes from, like the nurturing side, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And when I proceeded to go through the whole rigmarole with this woman, I then found out because when I first started talking to the woman about her backing into my car, she said, "You didn't see me backing up? Why didn't you back up? I didn't even see you. Why you ain't just back up? What, you was on your phone?" And she started to make it my fault. And then she started to go through the whole, like, she was taking pictures of my car, taking pictures of her car, saying we shouldn't even call. We don't even need to call the police because they're not even going to come here, which is true. They don't drive to accidents in Newark for whatever reason now. But then when I went to go get my information out of the car, this woman pulled off and like straight up just like left me because I was looking for my license and registration for like 10 seconds, and she just pulled off, and I don't know. So basically she did a hit and run, and she did a hit and run, and then to me that just like confirmed like why these kids are the way they are. And I feel as though like if a mom is not showing their kids compassion, is not showing them like those nurturing skills that like most women encompass, then
they're gonna miss it.
Then the kids are gonna miss it, and they're not gonna know how to have compassion on people. And that was just like a total bummer. So like I think like in that aspects, moms are like really really important. What do you think?
No, I agree. But fathers, there are fathers that are nurturers as well, and they can show compassion as well. So, but you're right. So what I'm saying to you is if one doesn't show it, usually the other parent would.
You would hope.
Yeah.
I think that, and I'm going to be a little sexist here, but I think it starts with the mom, because if you look at the nature of our relationship and how we've developed and grown into our family, you spend more time with the kids. You're there for the bumps and the bruises and the little arguments and things like that. So you can really you cuddle them, and
I'm a nurturer by nature.
You kiss the boo-boos and all those things like that. I'm I don't want to say I'm the enforcer, but I'm usually, I lay down the law.
He's the one that'd be like, oh, well, why'd you fall in the first place? You shouldn't have been running.
Yeah, I be on some, you need to think about what you do first. Don't just be like trying to react.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about astrology, so I can't attest to you having cancer or any of those things. So I hope and pray that God heals you and delivers you from your cancer, whatever cancer you have. But right now, we be relying on the Holy Spirit to guide, and we're not worried about the stars. What happens if the stars don't align? Then I guess you just messed up, huh?
We go backwards.
So we look to the Holy Spirit to lead and guide us. Not what are stars' names? Orion's belt and the Little
the Big Dipper.
Oh, there's a Little Dipper too, right?
Yeah, it's a big and
Big
little.
the Dippers.
The Dippers.
The Dippers. We don't
like
rely on
husband and wife team.
Or just like a family.
Oh, okay. The Dippers.
The Dippers. We're the Dippers.
And we'll be alright.
We'll be alright. So, yeah, I think that moms like set that tone of like being nurturing and compassionate, because dudes, our initial reaction is like, it's fear, and then it like kind of results in anger.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, why'd you do that? Instead of like, oh, baby, let me, So, screw that mom. She's a terrible person, and she better. Well, I'm praying that God delivered me from like my revenge spirit, because I be wanting to get back at people, and I think that's probably why a lot of my blessings are held up, because I think that I might stunt or try to like gloat in front of people if I get a certain blessing. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. That's my Kanye West stream right there. Yeah. So, what is your... Let's talk about our own moms for right now. what's a fond memory, or why was your mom so important to you? You gotta talk up because I think
a fond
uh,
memory. Well, for until I was 7, my mom was a single mom. So it was always like me, her, my brother, my older brother, one of my older brothers, and we were just really tight. We were really close growing up. Always we were close. A fond memory is that's what makes my mom so important, like special. Or what was the question?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Why is your mom important?
yeah.
Because
She's my mom.
because she was close to you, but like specifically, like what did she do that made her so important? Of course, everybody's mom is their mom, but like in that closeness, was there something? I don't know. Why'd you pick that out to say, as opposed to like, oh well, when I was about to go to prom, or when I don't know, had my first period or something like that, you know.
Oh, because I don't know. I don't really think of those little. I think of moments like on Saturday mornings, my mom would be cleaning the house and blasting Luther Vandross. You know, never too much stuff like that. You know, dancing around the house. Stuff that's what made our relationship, because I'm that person. Like I'm the energetic, and my mom's the same way. So that just really stood out a lot to me. Not so much, things that she's, given to me materialistically, but, just little things that she does around the house. Like that.
Okay. So it's a fond memory.
Yeah, that is
That was a fond memory. I'm bugging. A fond memory that I have, like my mom was like a superhero mom, because she did a lot. Like even though she wasn't a single mom,
she still does a lot.
She still did a lot, because like even though they were married and my dad lived with us, during my early years up until I was about like 17, my pops was kind of like, I don't want to say absentee, but he was just like not really present in my current situation. Like, he was the type that he went to work at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and got off work, and then like ran the streets, and didn't get home until about 10 o'clock at night sometimes. So I would never see my dad like throughout the day. I would see him on the weekends, but he would be in his room sleeping, recovering from the week that he had, preparing for the next week. So like a lot of the time that I spent, most of my time spent growing up was with my mom. So but I remember like my mom was just like a problem solver, and just like really witty, and I really think that's what made her like really, really special and important to me.
She's still that way.
And she's still that way. I remember like when I got into my car accident, and having this big external fixator, and some of you who've seen the I Almost Died episode, you would have saw some of the pictures, and I had this big external fixator on my arm, and it would have been super, super difficult to wear like shirts, because I had this big metal contraption on my arm, and there's no way that I'm getting a shirt sleeve over it. So my mom, just being this problem solver that she is, she bought like a bunch of like t-shirts, cut out the sides, and then put Velcro along the sides, the seams of the shirts, so that I could put it on regular way, and then just like Velcro it up like that. And the fact that she like just like did something like that, and it just had the presence of mind to do that, was just like, wow, because I don't remember ever seeing anything like that for kids in like clothing stores.
There's
because
not.
they wouldn't, and that's actually like, that's probably like an untapped market for like, kids clothing, that for kids with handicaps, because I literally could not move. I had shoulder pins, and I just, my arm was just busted all the way. So there's no way that I could lift an arm. So, you know, it's just like one way to help me be independent, and just like still like have some kind of swag, you know, look decent. You know, she did that for me, and I was just like, wow. Moms are like those people who are just like super thoughtful, in that aspect. So shout outs to all moms, man. Shout out to my mom. I love you. Yeah.
Why'd you get quiet?
I don't know. This was kind of like an impromptu thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't really. I just really wanted to give some props to the mom and kind of really like snitch on that woman for hitting my car and driving off, and you know, teaching her kids how to be little jerks. No, I'm not about to cry. Not about to cry. I definitely could. If I go too far in, it would definitely draw some waterworks. But yeah, man, moms are awesome. You guys play like a big part in our kids' lives. Well, in all our lives. But you just guys just have like a special place, and I think there's like a special section in heaven reserved just for moms. It's like a mom's lounge up there where you guys can. I don't know what moms do.
I hope so, cause mama ain't easy.
Mama ain't easy. Not at all. Not at all. Well, folks, we are not going to hold you long. We're about to go watch some basketball and chill out and have a great rest of our evening. We apologize for the inconsistency. Be on the lookout for some new videos that's coming up. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Especially if you're watching this on the playback, drop us some feedback. Your favorite memories about your mom. And we won't see you all until Sunday. But we hope that you all all the moms out there have a great Mother's Day. And all you kids that's watching this, make sure you treat your moms right. You only get one, so make sure you do it right.
Honor her.
Honor her. That's a great word to use, because I feel like kids just like listen to their parents, but they don't necessarily honor them. And that to honor just means to hold them in high esteem. And that goes a long way. Just meeting their expectations and doing things because you love them, because you know moms are all about that love life. All right, so we're about to sign off. I'm Shaun
and Key,
and this was Live with Shaun and Key. Check us out next week. Leave us some feedback on some topics that you want to discuss, and we'll try our best to get to it. If you need to contact us, leave us an email at teampshowbiz@gmail.com, and we'll try to answer all your questions. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that at the Purefoys, and we'll see you soon. All right, have a great rest of your evening and a great rest of your week. We'll see you soon. Live, let love. Peace. And we out.